Alright guys, today we're going to be going over the specs of the Subaru SVX. In the last two videos I haven't really covered it, and I know not everybody's up to date with classic Subarus. So, here we go. We're going to start off in the engine bay, if I can find this itty bitty hood latch. The Subaru SVX is powered by this 3.3 liter H6. So it's a 6-cylinder boxer motor, which from the factory produced 230 horsepower from Subaru. That's their stated number. People believe it has more, people believe it has less. They say it has 230, so it has 230. This one is completely stock. This motor also came with twin throttle bodies to have better throttle response, so it's not as laggy. It's not as good as individual throttle bodies, but hey, I'll take two. I've cleaned up this engine bay a bit. All this used to be covered in dry oil. It's seen some better days. I still got some cleaning up to do down here. But overall, it's a pretty clean car. Stock radiator, everything else. I mean, it hasn't been touched much, and that's what makes it such a good project. To go along with the 1992 luxury line Subaru, it has a rear windshield wiper and a rear windshield wiper fluid reservoir located in the trunk here, which is pretty cool. I mean, it screams 90s, but that's another reason I love this car. It's so far so good. I got some spare radios, and this is the trunk right now. I'm working on getting a box and maybe a sub or two, just because this is going to be a daily. It's not going to be like a race car. And I like to jam. I don't know about you all, but I like to jam. So we can come around over into the interior with the classic 90s seat belts, automatic, and see that, I mean, it's pretty immaculate. I mean, the condition that this car has been kept in is, I mean, almost flawless. There's barely any wear and tear for it being 25 years old. I mean, the suede isn't as suede as it used to be. It's kind of rough now, but I don't know. It still looks good for me, even with that fake wood dark plastic material that I'm not really quite sure what the appeal is, but you know, I'm not a car designer. To go along talking with the interior, the radio is actually located behind this little panel here, which is a great, I guess, basic anti-theft device. We have the stock unit in here right now, cassette, CD, which I guess CD is pretty high-tech for 1992, but I mean, just a basic head unit, nothing special. We have a change tray that currently holds the lighter because we were using a car charger. In the armrest we have the cup holders, which, I mean, this comes out, you can put stuff in it, then put this on top. So that way you can have your drinks and storage space. Got a little change holder / ashtray back here. The car only came with a 4-speed automatic, but as you can see, it came with a manual button which locks the gears, and then you have to shift 1 through 4 by yourself. It's only really good if you're trying to do pulls on the highway. I mean, there's no other real reason to do it. This car in particular has gone 258,000 miles, and it still looks this clean. I've had people at the local Subaru shop look at it, and they were just amazed at the quality and the condition that this car has been preserved in. Now, I'm a pretty tall guy. I'm about 6'2", and I mean, I sit in these chairs perfectly comfortable. the leather holds you in place while you're going through like the Dragon in the last video. Everything about this car really just suits me very well. Besides the steering wheel, we're gonna try and get that replaced in a bit. I don't like it. It looks a little trucky to me. I'm probably gonna get a suede Momo or something along those lines. Another feature about this car is the split windows. They're actually pretty convenient, so that way you can have just this section of the window down and still have this up, which generally protects you from rain. So that way, if you like having your windows down in the rain, which I do, it's super nice to be able to smell that fresh rain and not get your car interior soaked, which is probably the worst thing that you can do. When we talk about the mirrors, they're actually heated mirrors, which is, again, this is a luxury car from the early 90s. So there was nothing spared when they made this car. This is the top line edition that they made, which features the leather, the parking assist, the heated mirrors. Literally, this car is immaculate, and there couldn't have been a better Subaru SVX for me to find. This car also features a hard top sunroof, which this is metal just like the rest of the car, but it does come up and open up. But currently I think the fuse is blown because it won't move at all, and it's better to keep it shut closed than have it slightly opened and then be stuck. So I'm not gonna mess around with that until we actually figure out what's wrong with it so I can fix it. I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Jesse. You're not around here anymore, and when you come up and visit, we're gonna go for a ride and you're gonna really enjoy it. I mean, I picked up this specific car for $1,800, and I don't think that there's a better car that you could pick up for that money. I mean, that's in the range of crappy Honda Civics beaten to crap, you know? So just that I could get a hold of such a rare and cool car for so cheap, I mean, who would pass up on an opportunity like this? On this car we still have the factory alloy wheels, which personally aren't my taste, so we'll probably end up getting them replaced pretty soon. But I'm gonna keep them just because they're the original rims on the car, and if this car ever goes up in collector's value, I want to have them and I don't want to regret getting rid of them. Another really cool feature about this car is the split windows. Very few cars have this feature. It's actually pretty convenient to wear. And that's pretty much it about the basics of this car. I mean, there's not much really to talk about performance wise. I mean, yeah, 230 is not low horsepower, but it's definitely not the fastest thing on the streets. Although it does handle very well. I compare it to an E36 BMW kind of handling. I mean, it's very planted, very nice up in the mountains, no struggles. I mean, it's just a really good car, and it's a real shame that they didn't do so well in the markets in the 90s, because I would have loved to see how much more they could have done with this car. Maybe make it just a sports car or just a luxury car instead of having a mix of the two, which kind of makes it out of place. But I mean, I won't bullshit. So that's the specs pretty much of the Subaru SVX. Let me know down in the comments if you would like me to talk about anything else in particular, like how many they made or things like that, because I don't know if you all want to know that, but if you do, I can look up some facts and tell you about it. I know that there was less than 3,000 produced in '92, and just let alone that this is one of the last ones on the road is really special. So leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, And I'll see you all next time. Peace. There you go, Jesse. There's your shout out. That's pretty much what your Ford is compared to this.